What's going on, everybody? I'm here to do a review of probably one of the most anticipated movies to come out this year, and that is The Incredibles 2. But before I do that, I have to insert a plug right here. Shout out to the Angry Man for this dope shirt that I have on right here. You can't really see it because of the way that the camera is sitting, but I'm actually going to leave a little screenshot right here up on the screen so you can actually see what shirt I am wearing. I actually was able to win this in a giveaway that he had maybe 2 weeks ago on his channel from his live stream. I will leave the link to his website down in the description so you can actually go to his website, or I might leave it somewhere here in the video so you can head on over there and right there and check out the other merchandise that he has, as well as the other content that he does have on his website. Now that that is taken care of, I'm about to do a review for The Incredibles 2. So here we are 14 years later. It's crazy to believe that this movie came out 14 years ago. It came out in 2004, the first one. I remember I was in high school. I think I was 15 years old when the first one came out. I didn't see the first one in the theaters, but I did get the DVD and becoming an instant fan of the film. So I feel like, I guess you can say, my teen years, not so much my childhood, was restored because I wasn't a quote-unquote little kid when the first Incredibles came out, and I was really excited and hyped up to see this movie. And let me tell you, it was well worth the 14-year wait. I wish it kind of came out sooner, but I can understand why they wanted to wait for as long as they did, because they wanted to make sure the movie was just right. And it might have been some things, you know, scheduling conflicts and what have you, to get the actors to come back and do the voices again, because they got the same exact voice actors that they had back in 04 that they have in 2018 to do the same exact voices again. So basically, this movie picks right up, I mean exactly right back up where the first one ended, where the I think his name was the grave miner or something, the miner, I forgot what his character name is, where he popped up out of the ground and he just popped, like, you know, came right back out into the scene, and he was like one of their main villains. Because a lot of people were wondering, is like, where's this movie going to take place? Why do the characters still look the same? Why is the Jack character, who's the little baby, which by the way was probably one of the best parts of the movie. I mean, everything about the movie was good, but Jack the baby was probably the best part. But we kind of knew that going into when they showed the trailers and the different previews. So it picks right back up where it left off. So it's almost like if it was present day back in 2004, we're still in 2004 while being in 2018. And basically, this guy, he has this company called DevTech where he sees the Incredible family, you know, Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and Frozone doing this thing and trying to save the city, and he wants to, you know, help bring superheroes or supers back into the spotlight, because technically they're illegal and they shouldn't be saving anybody or basically having themselves be exposed, because they are considered to be what is called an illegal status. So they're doing all of their things. He calls them in and he says he wants like certain missions to be fulfilled in order to get enough people to see that supers are needed. And the person that he entrusts to do that is Elastigirl. And Mr. Incredible, he's kind of like, really, you want to choose my wife over me, even though the Incredible like team was formed off of my name, you know, hence my name being Mr. Incredible. So Elastigirl has to take the reins. Mr. Incredible becomes quote-unquote Mr. Mom, so he stays home with Violet and Dash and Jack, and he's basically like doing stuff like, you know, motherly type duties while being a father at the same time. And you know, it's something that's new to him, so it's like he has to help Dash with his homework and that new math. I said that is really true, because I've heard that new math is one hell of a thing. Violet is dealing with boy issues, and Jack is coming into his new powers. And it's like, one thing that I liked about the Jack character is because he has so many powers, and because he's a baby, he can't control all of them, so they just kind of come out depending on what kind of emotion or what kind of state that he's in at that current and present time. And like, every time he did something on screen, everybody in the audience just automatically gravitated toward. And speaking of the audience, the movie I went to, the showing I went to, which was at 10 a.m., it was mostly adults in there. It wasn't that many kids in my screening that I went to. It was mostly adults in there, and that shows you right there how popular this film was back when it first came out, and how a lot of people who were probably around my age back then who are my age now, or some people who were in there were older, and so, you know, really enjoyed this film. So it's almost like this movie, even though it's by Disney Pixar and it has a kiddie theme to it, it shows you how powerful and impactful it is on I guess you can say an older, much mature crowd. Now, I was lucked up that I didn't have many kids, because when I got to the theater, I got kind of scared, because when I was getting my food, I had saw it was a camp that came in, and it was a lot of kids. It was like nothing but a camp. I was like, I hope to God they're not in mine. When I saw them walking the other direction, I let out a huge sigh of relief, because I said I did not wait 14 years for them to come in and ruin this film for me with all the extra noise and whatnot. And I think they had the theater to themselves, so I think that was pretty much a good idea. But if I had to rate this movie, I would give it a good 9 out of 10. This movie was really good. If you have kids, hell, if you don't even have kids, you can go and watch it and you'll still enjoy it. I know plenty of people who don't have kids, myself included, went to go see it, watched it, enjoyed it, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I'm very sure that the movie is definitely going to be #1 in the box office this weekend. So definitely go check out The Incredibles 2. You will not be disappointed. The movie was really good. It was well directed, well voiced, I should say. The storyline was very good. It taught you about family values. Like, that's one thing I liked about this movie. It shows family values, like what would a family member do in order to help elevate their family, as well as help elevate other people that's like them. And then what it almost came full circle. Like, you do your missions by yourself, and then something happens. I don't want to spoil anything, and then you realize that you need the help of your family in order to fulfill the true mission, which is basically taking out the ultimate bad of, you know, society, of the world. But all in all, like I said, the movie was really good. Y'all will enjoy it. Make sure you let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.